probably as important as any around, and that's the land commissioner job, because it controls not only our land but also our minerals, our oil and gas resources, etc. And Matt Rush, fabulous young guy from eastern New Mexico, has been running hard to take over the land commissioner from Ray Powell. So come on up, Matt.
Hey, we cannot thank you guys enough for being here this morning. We are thrilled and excited to be in Taos today. We've been traveling all over the state. We kicked this thing off last Friday. Of course, some of us as other candidates, I kicked this off 13 months ago. So it's amazing that 13 months worth of work comes down to, we can describe it on one hand without two fingers. So it's getting exciting. The enthusiasm and the excitement is building. You mean to have everybody gather up here? Don't get too close, I might spit on you. Hey, how many of you know the definition of politics? Poly is a Greek word. Now, I grew up in Dora, New Mexico. How many of you know where Dora is? A couple of you? Yeah, graduated valedictorian of my class. Of course, there were only 6 of us, but that's beside the point. So, poly is a Greek word that means many, and ticks are blood-sucking insects. And we're here to kick the politicians out of Santa Fe. You know, the number one question that I'm asked as I travel around the state, and over the past 13 months it's been a resounding question, and you did allude to that just a little bit, is what does the land commissioner do? And it's amazing how few people actually understand what the office does, but more importantly how this office actually impacts each and every one of you. And outside of the governor's race is one of the most powerful positions in the state, because as land commissioner I'd be in charge of all of our state trust lands. The state of New Mexico owns 9 million acres of land, 13 million acres of mineral rights. Land commissioners in charge working with the farmers and ranchers that lease the surface rights, the oil and gas industry that leases the minerals, trying to get those industries to get along, which isn't necessarily always that easy. And then all the funds generated then go into the permanent fund, which then in turn predominantly funds the education system of our great state. For 8 generations, my family's been farming and ranching. It's what we know, it's what we love, it's what we do. 4 generations in Roosevelt County. My dad and I have a small cow-calf farming operation in south of Portales. The oil and gas industry. 95% of the money that comes into this office comes from the oil and gas industry, which over the last 2 years averaged out to $500 million over the last 2 years. $500 million per year over the last 2 years. Were it not for our state trust lands, each and every one of you, each and every citizen of this state would be responsible for an additional $750 to $900 a year in additional taxes just to pay for education. Now, I don't think any of you want to, a family of 3 wants to come up with almost an additional $3,000 a year to pay for education. The more successful the land office is, the less money you come up with out of your pocket for education, and out of your pocket, less money comes out of your pocket in taxes. And here's the big thing. The ag industry and the oil and gas industry are the 2 largest industries in our state. And yet we're absolutely being regulated out of business in New Mexico. And I've been saying it for 13 months, and I'll keep saying it through Tuesday. There's enough red tape in New Mexico to make the red tape blush. And it's time we got some common sense back into Santa Fe and some common sense back into the legislative process that we all have to deal with. Thank you. And here's the bigger thing. Few people understand the land office, and even fewer people understand that the land commissioner, outside of the governor, is one of only 2 elected officials to sit on the state's investment council. We've literally seen over the last 8 years of Richardson-Dennis administration, because of political appointees and pay-to-play, we've literally seen over $280 million of our money lost or stolen or shipped out of state because of bad deals, shady investments, and pay-to-play. And enough is enough. You know, for those of us who are out in rural New Mexico, Taos is rural New Mexico. For those of us who are out here, I think we're all tired of sending money to Santa Fe that's supposed to come back to our schools and to our roads. And I think we're all tired of seeing that money evaporate, leave our state, and get sucked away because of crooked politics. And we're not going to take that anymore. And we're going to take the fight to them, and we're going to stand up and say, hey, enough is enough. We're a better people than this. And the reason this election cycle, the reason Tuesday is so important, is because the people you elect on Tuesday are going to be the people serving in office in 4 years. And the reason that's important is because in 4 years our state will celebrate its 100th birthday as a state. And I don't think there's any of us who could honestly say that as a state we have reached our full potential. I mean, we're at the top of every bad list, we're at the bottom of every good list. And we're a better state than that, and we're better people than that, and we can become more and we can do more than what we have been led to believe. But we need your help to get there to do that. Between now and Tuesday, we need you working harder than you've ever worked before in an election cycle. Call people, call your friends, get out and vote, take them to vote. And you're going to hear that over and over and over again from all of us because it's critical. The State Democrat Party polled our races. Matt Chandler is running for Attorney General right there in the back. They polled our races. When we're running against political machines. By the way, Anissa told me to just draw this out. So she did. Yeah, she did. So you just sit down. The State Democrat Party polled our race. They polled 2,300 people. 2,300 people, which is a huge poll. They found out that the two young guys running against the political establishment are within 0.8 and 0.9% of the machines. Word leaked out. They got scared. They spent $20,000 to do another poll, and guess what they found out? The first poll was right. So, but with your help and with your involvement, we are going to win these races, and races that people said we had no chance of winning. But we need your help and we need your support. Thank you for being here. God bless each and every one of you.
That was a nice try, Matt, but really he's better with his math in the land office than he is